Hey everyone, welcome back to Crime Scene Files, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of history's most intriguing mysteries. I'm your host, and today we're tackling a question that's haunted detectives, historians, and true crime fans for generations. Would you rather know who committed a heinous crime or why they did it? Think about it. In some cases, we know the killer's face but can't fathom their twisted reasons. In others, the motive seems clear, but the perpetrator slips into the shadows forever. And then there are those enigmas where both the who and the why remain locked away, teasing us from the past. This episode, we're exploring 6 chilling historical crime files that embody this dilemma. From the gaslit streets of 1888 London to the sun-soaked beaches of 1940s Australia, these stories will keep you on the edge of your seat. We'll break down the facts, the evidence, the wild theories, and at the end of each I'll ask you, who or why? Which answer would satisfy your curiosity more? Stick around to the end for my take, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more spine-tingling content. Let's jump in. First up, the granddaddy of all unsolved serial killings, Jack the Ripper. Picture this. It's the fall of 1888 in London's East End, a place called Whitechapel. The air is thick with coal smoke, poverty is everywhere, and women are scraping by as prostitutes to survive. That's when the terror begins. On August 31st, a woman named Mary Ann Nichols is found dead in Bucks Row. Her throat is slashed, her abdomen ripped open. Just over a week later, on September 8th, Annie Chapman meets the same fate in a backyard on Hanbury Street. Throat cut, organs removed. Then on September 30th, a double hit. Elizabeth Stride in Dutfield's yard, her body less mutilated, maybe because the killer got interrupted. And Catherine Eddowes in Mitre Square, her face slashed, intestines pulled out, even a kidney taken. Finally, on November 9th, Mary Jane Kelly is discovered in her room at Miller's Court. The most brutal of all, her body practically destroyed, heart missing. These are the canonical 5 victims, all poor women in their 40s, targeted in the dead of night. But there might have been more, like Martha Tabram, stabbed 39 times earlier that year, or later ones like Alice Mackenzie. The killer struck on weekends or holidays, always in dark, secluded spots. He left no fingerprints. Forensics weren't advanced then, but he did leave taunting clues. A graffito near one scene read, "The Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing." And then there were the letters. Hundreds poured in, but one stood out. The From Hell letter, sent with half a human kidney, claiming the other was fried and eaten. The police were scrambling. Inspector Frederick Aberline led a team that interviewed over 2,000 people, detained 80 suspects. They checked butchers, doctors, anyone with knife skills. Vigilance committees patrolled the streets. Even Queen Victoria weighed in, demanding better lighting in Whitechapel. But the Ripper vanished after Kelly's murder. Why did he stop? Death? Jail? Moved away? Now, the suspects. Oh boy, there are over 100 theories. Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber with mental issues. Some say DNA from a shawl links him, but it's disputed. Montague John Druitt, a barrister who drowned himself soon after. Police thought he was it, but no proof. Prince Albert Victor, the royal grandson. Total conspiracy nonsense. Walter Sickert, the painter. Patricia Cornwell spent millions claiming it was him based on art and letters. Even Lewis Carroll, the Alice in Wonderland author, got accused. But none stick. The Ripper's identity, still a ghost. As for why, that's even murkier. No rape, but the mutilation screams sexual sadism, maybe a hatred of women or prostitutes. Some say he was a doctor gone mad, collecting organs for experiments. Others think revenge against a cheating wife who gave him syphilis. Psychologist Thomas Bond profiled him as a loner with erotic mania, but dismissed surgical expertise. Any butcher could do it. The crimes highlighted Whitechapel's social ills, but the motive? Pure speculation. So, for Jack the Ripper, would you rather know who this monster was to put a face to the fear? Or why he unleashed such horror on those women? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Next, let's cross the ocean to 1947 Los Angeles for one of the most gruesome unsolved murders, the Black Dahlia. Elizabeth Short was just 22, a waitress dreaming of stardom in Tinseltown. Born in Boston, she had a tough life. Dad faked his death, Mom raised her alone. Beth moved to California, got engaged to a pilot who died in the war. She bounced around, last seen on January 9th, 1947, with a guy named Robert Red Manley after a San Diego trip. 6 days later, on January 15th, her body turns up in a vacant lot in Leimert Park. Not just dead, mutilated beyond belief. Severed at the waist, drained of blood, washed clean. Her mouth slashed into a Glasgow smile. Thighs and breasts cut, organs tucked under her. Posed with arms up, legs spread. Autopsy said she died from head blows and facial cuts. Maybe raped, but no sperm. Time of death, around January 14th. The press went wild, dubbing her the Black Dahlia after her dark hair and a movie called The Blue Dahlia. Letters from the killer arrived. One with her belongings like a birth certificate and address book, all wiped with gasoline. Taunts like Black Dahlia Avenger and Here is Dahlia's belongings letter to follow. Police chased 750 leads, interviewed 150 suspects, offered rewards. A grand jury blasted them for bungling. By 1949, it was cold suspects. Tons Mark Hansen, a nightclub owner she knew, cleared. George Hoddle, a doctor. His son Steve claims he did it, citing surgical skills and wiretaps where Hoddle said, "Supposing I did kill the Black Dahlia?" Leslie Dillon, a bellhop with mortuary ties. Some books finger him for a robbery gone wrong. Even Orson Welles or Bugsy Siegel got named. Links to other murders like the Cleveland Torso Killer or Chicago's Lipstick Murders, but nothing solid. Why? Rejection. She turned down advances. Or knowing too much about a crime. Sexual sadism seems key. The posing, the cuts. No robbery, no clear grudge. It's all guesswork. Black Dahlia. Who sliced her life short or why such sadistic display? You decide. Now, fast forward to the late 1960s in California for the Zodiac Killer, a boastful phantom who toyed with cops through codes. It started December 20th, 1968, on Lake Herman Road near Benicia. Teens David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen shot in their car. He in the head, her in the back as she ran. No witnesses. Then July 4th, 1969, at Blue Rock Springs, Darlene Ferrin killed. Michael Mageau wounded. The killer called police, claiming a 9mm Luger. September 27th at Lake Berryessa, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard stabbed by a hooded man with a Zodiac symbol on his chest. She died, he survived. October 11th in San Francisco. Cab driver Paul Stein shot, shirt torn off. Zodiac claimed 37 kills, but only 7 confirmed. He sent letters to papers. This is the Zodiac speaking, demanding front-page spots or he'd kill more. Included ciphers. Z408 solved as a rant about hunting humans for afterlife slaves. Z340 cracked in 2020, mocking cops. Z13 and Z32 unsolved. Bomb diagrams, threats to school buses. Stopped in 1974. Investigation, SFPD, FBI, thousands of tips. DNA tries but no match. Suspects like Arthur Lee Allen. Watch with Zodiac symbol but cleared. Gary Post recently named but dismissed who? A local with crypto knowledge. Why? Thrill, ego, slaves for afterlife? Taunts suggest power play, Zodiac. Identity or motive? Comment below. Shifting to rural Germany in 1922, the Hinterkaifeck murders. A family wiped out on their isolated farm. Hinterkaifeck was home to Andreas Gruber, his wife Cecilia, daughter Victoria, her kids Cecilia and Joseph, and new maid Maria Baumgartner. Strange stuff before. Old maid quit over attic noises. Newspaper appeared mysteriously. Snow tracks to the house, footsteps overhead. Andreas checked, found nothing. On March 31st, Maria arrives. That night, all 6 bludgeoned with a mattock. Family lured to barn one by one. Kids in house. Killer stayed days, fed animals, ate food. Bodies found April 4. Money left, so not robbery. Evidence. Mattock in loft, penknife in hay. Suspects. Lorenz Schlittenbauer, Victoria's lover, acted suspicious at discovery. Carl Gabriel, her dead husband. Rumors he survived war. Gump brothers, vagrants. Incest in family, Andreas convicted with Victoria. Joseph may be his. Why? Family secrets? Revenge? No answer. Hinterkaifeck. Who lurked in the attic or why slaughter them all? Down under to Australia in 1948. The Tamam Shud case or Somerton Man. December 1st, a man found dead on Somerton Beach, suited up, no ID, labels cut off. Cigarette and collar, clean shoes. Poisoned, maybe digitalis, no vomit. Scrap in pocket, tamam shud from Rubaiyat book. Book found in car with code phone number to Jessica Thompson, who denied knowing him but freaked at bust. Suitcase at station. Clothes, thread matching repair. Code unsolved. 2022 DNA. Carl Webb, engineer with mental issues, but why poison? Suicide over losses. Spy intrigue. Somerton Man. Who was he really, or why the code and poison? Finally, back to the US for the Axeman of New Orleans, 1918-1919. Italian grocers targeted. Maggios axed in bed. Besumer and Lowe hatcheted. Pregnant Anna Schneider bashed. More followed. Romano Cortamiglia's baby killed. Others. Entry via chiseled door, victims' axes used. No theft. Letter, Axeman from Hell spares jazz players. City played jazz March 19th. No kill. Suspects Andrew Maggio cleared. Giordano's falsely convicted. Mumfrey per theories why. Ethnic hate, sadism? Jazz promo? Axeman. Who wielded the axe or why the jazz twist? These files show how mysteries endure because we crave answers. Who or why? For me, the why edges it out. Understanding motive prevents future horrors. What about you? Comment your pics, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching Crime Scene Files. Stay curious, stay safe.